You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. It is Tuesday, January 16th. In our top story, a settlement is reached in regard to the former CEO of Valley Electric, Angela Evans' lawsuit filed against Nye County and the former sheriff's office captain. Rory Rossell has more on this story.
The former CEO of Valley Electric Association, Angela Evans, has reached a settlement in her lawsuit against Nye County, and the former Sheriff's Office captain is accused of falsely arresting her. The former Nye County Sheriff's Office captain, David Borukowitz, was arrested and indicted in August of 2023 on federal charges of wire fraud, perjury, and civil rights violations in connection to Angela Evans' arrest. This indictment came around 3 years after Evans' arrest. Besides suing Nye County, she is also alleging that Borukowitz denied her of her constitutional rights by arresting her without probable cause in February of 2019. According to the court records, Evans reached an undisclosed settlement with the county and Borukowitz last month. The lawsuit alleged that Borukowitz and Nye County caused Evans indescribable mental anguish and emotional pain, plus the deprivation of her income and economic harm. Evans' job at the utility company was terminated about 5 months after she was arrested and placed on administrative leave. Borukowitz was also on administrative leave at the time of his arrest, but resigned from the Nye County Sheriff's Office in October, according to Captain Harry Means. In the criminal case, Borukowitz was accused of committing wire fraud by issuing multiple press releases falsely stating that Evans' arrest was the result of a court-authorized process. The U.S. Attorney's Office had alleged that her arrest was a part of a larger scheme in order to make Evans lose her job by accusing her of embezzling money from the association's funds to pay for power lines near her home. According to court documents, Borukowitz helped form an activist group, Members for Change, to remove the Valley Electric Association's leadership at the time he was overseeing Evans' arrest. He had also considered running for a paid position on the board, according to a testimony in the federal lawsuit. The criminal indictment alleged that during the deposition in the lawsuit, Borukowitz lied about the circumstances of the search warrant executed against the utility company. Borukowitz was arrested in August following the federal indictment, but was released later that day after pleading not guilty. The U.S. magistrate judge ruled that he cannot possess a firearm or work as an active duty police officer with the power to detain or search people. A trial for Borukowitz's criminal case is scheduled for June of this year.
In other area news, a fatal crash Monday afternoon on Tropicana between a motorcyclist and an RTC bus is currently under investigation. Anthony Roberts reports.
Jason Ernest of Mountain West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
On January 15th, at approximately 3:15 p.m., a motorcyclist was killed in a crash that involved an RTC bus. According to the report, Metro responded to the area of Tropicana and Jimmy Durante for a motor vehicle accident. Upon arrival, officers discovered that a motorcycle had collided with the bus. The report stated that the RTC bus was traveling eastbound on Tropicana, attempting to make a left-hand turn onto Jimmy Durante, when a motorcycle traveling at high speeds heading westbound on Tropicana ran the red light at the intersection, colliding with the bus. The motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene. No passengers on the RTC bus was injured. The identity of the motorcycle rider has yet to be released. Tropicana was closed in both directions during the investigation and cleanup. This collision is still under investigation, and News 25 will have more on this incident as it develops.
And our condolences go out now to an officer with the Clark County School District's Police Department who recently succumbed to medical injuries. And that fatality is the first in the department's 35 years recent history.
A candlelight vigil was held for a police officer who worked for the Clark County School District. Officer Andrew Kraft, who was with the department for 6 years after having previously served as a Nevada State Trooper, died on January 10th while on duty due to a medical episode, according to Superintendent Jesus Hara. According to a spokesman for the Clark County School District Police Department, Kraft is the first officer to die while on duty in the 35 years of the department's history. Lieutenant Brian Zink spoke more on the matter, stating that, "We've had officers who have passed away off-duty and retired officers, but to have someone pass away on duty was just heart-wrenching." Captain Dan Burgess for the Clark County School District Police Department also spoke on Kraft's passing, stating that he was the epitome of what a school police officer is. He put others first, whether it was his brothers and sisters at work or his son at home and loving girlfriend. A memorial service will be held for Andrew Kraft later this week on Thursday at the Central Church at 10 a.m.
3 people are taken into custody by the Nye County Sheriff's Office following a car chase, resulting in those suspects crashing into an electric pole.
On January 11th, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were in an unmarked patrol vehicle at the Rebel gas station off of Highway 160 when they noticed a vehicle that allegedly had no front or rear registration pull into the station. Officers followed the vehicle when it left the Rebel, traveling southbound on Highway 160. According to the declaration of arrest, officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop on the vehicle by activating their lights and sirens when the occupants of the vehicle suddenly accelerated. Officers allegedly observed the driver throwing what appeared to be narcotics out of the window. The driver, later identified as Kayla Sutherland, was allegedly driving 100 miles per hour and weaving in and out of the northbound and southbound lanes. Eventually, other Nye County Sheriff's Office patrol vehicles engaged in the pursuit of the vehicle. However, Sutherland and the other occupants eluded officers. According to the declaration of arrest, the vehicle nearly struck multiple civilian cars and school buses during the chase. The chase ended when Sutherland allegedly drove into a residence and struck both a large wooden shed and an electrical power pole. Sutherland then left the vehicle and allegedly attempted to flee on foot. However, she was later apprehended by officers. The occupants of the vehicle were identified as follows. Kayla Sutherland was the driver, Thomas Franco, who was the rear passenger, and Frank Rodriguez Jr., who was the front passenger. As officers conducted a search of the vehicle, they allegedly found multiple used hypodermic devices throughout the vehicle, as well as 4 Suboxone strips in the back seat. According to the declaration of arrest, no one had an explanation for the Suboxone. Suboxone is a medicine meant to treat the dependence on opioid drugs such as heroin or morphine in drug addicts. The picture and arrest report for Rodriguez Jr. has not been released at this time. However, according to the arrest report, he was arrested and charged alongside Sutherland and Franco. Sutherland, Franco, and Rodriguez Jr. were booked into the Nye County Detention Center under the charges of conspiracy to possess a stolen vehicle, possession, receiving, or transferring a stolen vehicle, destroying the property of another, and driver disobeying a peace officer. Subsequently, both Franco and Rodriguez Jr. were charged with possession of a Schedule III controlled substance.
The Nye County Commission has a new chair and some other recently filled seats. All that and more when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, Nye County Commissioner Deborah Strickland is named County Commission Chair for 2024. And here are some additional appointments as well.
Nye County Commissioner Deborah Strickland has been named the new chair of the Board of County Commissioners for 2024. Strickland's fellow commissioners made the unanimous vote during their regular meeting on Wednesday, January 3rd. She served as chair in 2021 and as vice chair in 2020 and 2023. Commissioner Ron Boscovich was selected as vice chair. Commissioner Frank Carboni was re-elected as chair of the Board of Highway Commissioners, and Commissioner Boscovich was re-elected vice chair. Nye County Sheriff Joe McGill was reappointed to chair the County Licensing and Liquor Board, and Commissioner Bruce Jabor was selected as vice chair. All appointments are for 1 year.
In more political news, Jackie Rosen announces new legislation that will dramatically bolster Washoe County's economy, including affordable housing.
Today, U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen announced the Truckee Meadows Public Lands Management Act in order to expand economic development and affordable housing opportunities in Washoe County, support local tribal communities, increase conservation, protect public lands and outdoor recreation, as well as keeping proceeds from land sales in Nevada for priorities such as education and restoration around the Truckee River.
In the last few decades, we've brought in new industries and created good paying jobs in and around Washoe County. As our state grows, it's critical that we take steps to protect our beautiful public lands, to support local tribal communities, and manage responsible growth and development.
Nevada is the state with the highest percentage of public land in the nation, Jackie Rosen continues. So Nevada relies on federal legislation to increase land available for development such as affordable housing and to protect outdoor spaces for future generations.
This bill, well, will permanently designate wilderness and protect outdoor spaces. Will support local tribal communities and protect cultural resources. And it will expand economic development opportunities and increase land available for housing and responsible development. By making land available for development, this legislation also will help increase the availability of housing and lower housing costs, while at the same time protecting hundreds of thousands of acres of public lands.
Now for more local economic news affecting your wallet specifically. If you've ever wondered how much your appliances are costing you in electricity charges, Valley Electric Association has a tool for you, and it's called the Power Consumption Meter.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Valley Electric Association is offering our members a power consumption meter to loan for a week to find out how much power an appliance can use over a given period of time. You can borrow one free of charge. Please stop by our offices located at 800 Highway 372 during regular business hours. It can measure the power drawn by an appliance from an average wall plug. Keep in mind the most costly household appliances are heating, air conditioning, water heaters, dryers, and well pumps. These items will not be able to be measured by the power consumption meter and can consume a large amount of power. A 3-ton central AC unit in good working condition can cost approximately 45 cents per hour to cool your home. An electric water heater can cost $57 to almost $76 per month. A 1.5-ton heat pump costs approximately 44 cents per hour. An oven can cost 35 cents per hour to run. A clothes dryer is approximately 29 cents per load. A swimming pool pump is 23 cents per hour. A refrigerator in good working condition is $10.87 per month, while a chest freezer is approximately $6.64 per month. Your dishwasher can cost 15 cents to 33 cents per load, while a ceiling fan can cost less than 1 cent per hour, which is about the same as your desktop computer. It only costs about 2 cents per brew to have a cup of coffee. The same cost to watch your TV for an hour. Valley hooked up a power consumption meter to several appliances to demonstrate how the meter works and the effect on everyday items such as a window AC unit, a radiator heater, an air fryer, a hair dryer, a cell phone, and a lamp. The meter measured that it cost 14 cents to run a small window AC unit for about 2 hours. It cost 39 cents to run the room heater for the same amount of time. It cost 13 cents to run your air fryer under an hour. It cost 1 cent to charge your phone, also about the same amount to run a hair dryer and a table lamp. Please keep in mind that appliances vary in electrical consumption and can use more or less power than these examples. For more information, you can give us a call at 775-727-5312, or you can visit our website at vea.coop.
Well, today marks the first day of the new semester for UNLV, CSN, and other Nevada higher ed institutions, which is why UNLV's President Whitfield is welcoming students back after the unfortunate school shooting that happened on UNLV's campus back in December. That's why President Whitfield is now putting new precautions in place to help keep students and staff safe.
Students prepare to return to the UNLV campus just a month after the deadly shooting tragedy that left a mark on the community. UNLV's President Whitfield announced a welcome reminder before the students begin their spring semester on Tuesday. He says, "We will heal individually and as a university, but it's going to take time and we are not going to rush it," according to the statement released. The university encourages people to share their stories of acts of kindness they have experienced on that dark day. In the statement released by President Whitfield, they make sure to include that they have established an on-campus security and safety committee. They are offering a comprehensive range of student resources for wellness and mental health. They are committing to giving students a voice through the UNLV Strong. There is also several changes that have been made for student flexibility, and UNLV wants to remind you that progress still continues on the building repairs in the Beam Hall. It will be closed to public for the spring semester.
If you love to read and you're in the lineup for a new job, well, we're in the know and we'll tell you all about it after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, now here's Mikey Ruhan telling us about 2 vacancies on the Pahrump Library Board up for grabs.
There are 2 vacancies on the Pahrump Library Board. These vacancies are for expired terms to end March 2028. Nye County Commissioners are requesting completed applications from persons interested in filling these vacancies. Applications may be obtained at the Nye County Clerk's Office, 101 Radar Road, Tonopah, or 1520 Basin Avenue, Pahrump, or by calling 775-482-8127 or online at nycountynv.gov. Please submit your application to the Nye County Clerk's Office, P.O. Box 1031, Tonopah, Nevada, 89049, no later than 5 p.m. Friday, February 2nd, 2024. No applications will be accepted after that date. Nye County is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
In today's health news, we're talking about vitamin D. It is essential for our bodies, especially when it comes to bone health. But many people don't get enough of the so-called sunshine vitamin during the winter.
There's less sunlight. Typically during wintertime, people are wearing more layers during the wintertime, and as a result, there's less exposure to the sunlight.
Although it can be hard to get outside during winter, Dr. Matthew Goldman with Cleveland Clinic says eating vitamin D-rich foods like salmon or mushrooms can help. But this might not be enough for everyone, and symptoms of deficiency can include fatigue, bone pain, and muscle weakness. At the end of the day, many people do not know they are not getting enough vitamin D. That's why Dr. Goldman says talking to your doctor about testing may be important, especially if you're more at risk for deficiency, like infants or those over the age of 65. Along with memory impairment, having a vitamin D deficiency could potentially increase your chance of developing bone issues over time.
High risk of osteoporosis or porous bones, weak bones, higher risk for fractures and breaks, especially with a slip and fall.
Medical experts also say that your primary care provider can help you assess your risks and determine if a vitamin D supplement is needed.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look through our weather cam at these alpacas keeping a bit warm and frisky, rolling around in this gorgeous January weather. Rory's going to tell us all about it after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Roy Rosell here at the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming on any mobile device at kpvm.tv. Now let's take a look at Nevada. Up in northern Nevada, Fernley is at 40 degrees, Fallon is at 41, just a little bit higher. Carson is at 48, Tonopah is at 46, Goldfield is at 47, Bay 58, which is pretty warm, until you get to Amargosa at 62. Las Vegas is pretty warm for Las Vegas, but most Las Vegans say it is very cold at 57 degrees, and Death Valley is at 69 degrees. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 55 degrees. The high today was 61. The humidity today is 31%. The sun rose at 6:54 this morning, and it set at 4:53 tonight. The low tonight is 41 degrees, and the humidity went up to 46%. Now let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. We're sitting at the low 60s throughout the entire weekend. The weather is pretty nice, being partly cloudy until you get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which are very high chances of rain, especially on Monday at 76% chance of rain. Now, I love the rain, but I also don't like the rain, so Pahrump, make sure that you stay dry. And now here, back to the desk, here's Unette.
All right, great seeing you there on weather, Rory. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.